Ted, our mommy-to-be is taking her medicine. What's the matter, Gina? Have a hard day spending the Capwell money?
Not now, Eden. I just don't need it.
No, of course you don't need it. You're set for life, aren't you, Gina? Congratulations.
You know, I'm finally getting real tired of your whining.
I know why you're drinking. Because you don't fit in. Because you realize you're never going to be a Capwell.
You want to know something? I'm glad I don't fit into your neat little upper crust mold. Because if I did, that means I'd have to stand here and listen to you.
Eden, come on, don't.
Oh, let her go! I've handled a lot worse.
Oh, I bet you have. What is it exactly, Gina? What are you trying to hide? What are you so desperate about? You're really just some tramp off the streets, bilking my family for everything you can get your hands on, including our bar.
Tell me, Eden, what do you know about tramps on the street? What do you know about real life? Everything you have, you've been given.
I know why you're drinking in the afternoon, Gina. Because that's when the real Gina comes out. Claws, talons, and all. You're really just a thief. A petty, alcoholic thief.
You know, it doesn't make any difference what you think. Because Cece runs this house. And after we're married, I'll help him run this house. And if I want to have a drink in the afternoon, I'll have a drink in the afternoon. And no spoiled little brat is going to tell me different. You
Just
hear?
don't push me, Gina.
Then you stay out of my way, Eden.
And what the hell is that? She wouldn't go into his apartment. That'd be crazy. That'd be breaking and entering. Damn it, Gillis, I warned you. Now they're gonna hang us both.
Hey, Cruz,
What?
I got that search warrant you requested.
Talk about the 11th hour. What took you so long, Dan?
He had to find Judge Thompson out on the golf course.
Oh, great. Well, I hope we didn't disturb his game.
They told me down at headquarters you might need some help.
No, this is just a routine look-see. Actually, if you wouldn't mind, why don't you stick with the car and I'll call you if I need you.
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't move. Don't even breathe.
You want a showdown, Eden? Well, forget it. Because after the wedding, you lose and I win. And if you don't like it, move out. You're a big girl now.
Sorry to tell you this, Gina, but I'm not moving out.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, we will, won't we?
Hey, girls, come on, stop. Eden, what's going on here?
Gina just has a little problem. I was trying to help her.
I don't need that kind of help, Eden.
All right, that's enough, both of you. I want an explanation.
Gina was having a little bout with the bottle. Was trying to tell her that isn't the way to solve her problems. Wasn't I, Gina?
Gina, drinking? Whatever for?
I think she's feeling a little insecure, Daddy. Maybe she's afraid of losing you.
That's enough, Eden. Eden, you shouldn't be drinking. It could harm the baby. The doctor must have told you that.
Baby! Wait, you're pregnant?
I don't believe it.
And we wanted to make the announcement differently, but I'm glad you both know. Yes, Gina and I are expecting a child.
The Noose Titans. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go work in a restaurant.
Eden, you apologize to Gina for that remark.
I will not. Gina's always telling me to mind my own business, Daddy. I think it's high time I started.
Baby. Well, I'm real happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ted. It's something I wanted for a long time now.
Well, I'm sure everything will work out for the best.
It sure will, son. That new little baby brother of yours is going to bring some sorely needed joy to this house.
Here's to the new Santa Barbara Sentinel.
Have a seat. You've come a long way in a short time, boy. No, I want to tell you, that editorial you wrote about street crime, that's probably one of the best I've ever read. I just wish that some of our judges would get a chance to read it.
Well, I tell you what, once I got going, I could hardly stop.
Here's to our new boss. He's got a lot to learn, but he's off to a good start.
Here, here. Well, here's to all you guys. I mean, I couldn't have done it without you, so here's to you.
Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
Hey, you people over there, cut out the damn noise.
Hey, look, listen, we're just trying to have a little fun here.
Yeah, well, take it outside. Park yourself in front of a bus or something.
Oh, that's an interesting suggestion. Hey, Frank, why don't you check out the paper and tell me what my horoscope is for the day? I'm a Virgo.
All right. Virgo.
Yes, Virgo.
Don't take unnecessary chances today. Good day to stay home in bed. The noise, you people nuts are just hard of hearing.
Look, mister, we're not causing anybody any problems here, you know that? Hey, Judson, I've been hoping to run into you.
If it isn't Captain America.
I didn't know they allowed scum in this place. Otherwise, we would have gone somewhere else.
Yeah, why don't you just shut up and then take your bunch of weirdos back to the old folks' home where they belong?
I'll tell you something. You're the one that's leaving, buddy, under your steam won't mine.
You know what you're getting yourself in for, rich boy.
Somebody better call the police. Hurry! He should have stayed in bed. Yes.
Oh, isn't this interesting?
Well, the door was open. I didn't think you'd mind if I came in and waited for you.
What a thoughtful gesture. Oh, I like the picture. You look good in blue.
Why don't you put away the gun? You're in enough trouble as it is.
Not quite as much trouble as a cop searching a private residence without a warrant. Officer Gillis is in big trouble. Now, why don't you tell me just what it is you're looking for?
Nothing specific. I was just told to check you out.
By whom? That Castillo guy?
Yeah, Inspector Castillo.
Well, if this is the way you two normally operate, I'm surprised anything you get holds up in court. Now, let's try this one more time. What are you looking for?
Information on Channing Capwell Jr.
Oh, Castillo told you about me, huh?
Yeah. I don't think you realize how serious the possible charges are against you.
What do you mean, charges?
Like withholding evidence in a murder investigation.
Think again, officer. No evidence, no crime.
Well, Castillo thinks you're obstructing justice.
You're vamping, Maggie. I told Castillo everything I know about Channing Capwell.
Well, he didn't believe you. He thought you were worried about your reputation. I told him we were friends. Well, we are friends, aren't we? And I thought if I could find some proof that you'd broken it off with Channing, it would put you in the clear completely.
Oh, wait a minute. You're saying you broke into my apartment just to clear me?
Well, breaking in, not exactly. I mean, the door was open. I just thought maybe I could come in and find something that would help.
Maggie, that's really nice of you. You must think I am a complete idiot. Gillis, are you insane? What the hell are you doing?
Saving my life. What the hell are you doing here?
Keeping track of you.
You had me bugged. How
We'll
long
discuss
have you...
this later, Gillis.
No, let's discuss this right now.
We'll discuss it later. If the police force official business is over, I would like somebody to uncuff me. I will need my hands to sign complaints against you. What are you, a comedian? You recognize this? It's a search warrant to search your premises, pal, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Get him up, come on. On your feet. We're gonna assume that you have a permit for the gun, and while we're checking in the meantime, you're gonna tell us everything you know about Peter Flint.
Gina, I know you're upset, but I want you to calm down. Now think of the baby.
Oh, I'm sorry I took a drink. It's just that, well, it all got to be too much for me.
Ted, would you leave us for a moment?
Dad, I need to talk to you.
Later, not now.
I can't wait till later. I need some answers now.
Ted, I've asked you to leave us for a moment. Please respect my wishes.
Yeah, sure.
Gina, I want you to promise me that you won't drink anymore. Now, that could harm the baby.
I'm sorry. It's just that I'm so afraid that after tonight, you're not going to want me around anymore.
Because of what the man might tell me at the bar?
Yes. Cece, it's Hank. And he's going to tell you nothing but lies about me. I know it.
Hank, why would he do that?
Because I left him, and he hasn't forgiven me. I didn't know the kind of man he was until it was too late. He's been hounding me. He wouldn't leave me alone. Finally, I had to go to the West Coast just to get rid of him.
I'll be back in a while.
Cece, don't you believe me? Please, don't go. Please don't.
If it is all lies, as you say, you have nothing to worry about.
This is very interesting, Mr. Smith. Take a look at this, Gillis. Each and every week, a $2,500 deposit into his account. It's just like Peter Flint.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You see, we have proof that Mr. Flint also received $2,500 each and every week. And I don't think it's going to be hard to prove that Mr. Channing Capwell Jr. financed those payments. $2,500 to you and $2,500 to Flint, since they stopped immediately upon the occasion of his murder.
Yeah, well, you don't have a case, Castillo. I can prove where that money came from.
I doubt it. I do wonder, though, why it didn't come up in the first investigation.
Because there's nothing there. You can't snow me, Castillo. I'm a lawyer.
That's right. You know, then, that Section 205.65 of the Penal Code is a Class D felony. To suppress, alter, or conceal information or evidence of any kind. 3 to 5 years, pal, and look what I got right here in my hand. Now, I think you better start talking straight with me. Otherwise, this is going to be in every paper in the country.
So Channing sent me some money.
So you were blackmailing him. You stay down till I tell you can get up.
Okay, yeah, but I didn't have anything to do with his murder.
Now we're getting somewhere. Was Peter Flint involved in the blackmailing also?
If I talk, will you forget the charges?
I'm not going to promise you anything, pal. Except maybe, if you tell me what I need to know, I'll do my best to keep your name out of the media.
All right, if that's the best I can do, I guess I'm gonna have to trust you.
That's the best you can do, partner.
All right. Right after I broke up with Channing, Peter Flint found out about us, and he talked me into using it against Channing. And I was so shaken up about the whole thing, I went along with it. Peter said that we could get $2,500 a week each.
And Channing kept up those payments? $5,000 a week between the two of you?
Yeah. Huh. I mean, it didn't seem to bother him. Peter said he could easily afford it. And it was worth it to him to keep us quiet and out of his life.
So who killed him?
I don't know.
You know, Peter confessed to it?
Yeah, I read that. But it can't be true. Peter was lying for some reason. He couldn't have done it.
Why not?
Because he was getting all that money for doing nothing. Who's gonna go out and knock off an income like that?
What about you?
What do you mean? I didn't kill Channing. He was paying me too.
Yeah, but you he dumped. That hurt, didn't it? You never did forgive him, did you?
I guess I couldn't. I guess in a lot of ways I still can't. But I didn't kill him. And I'm sure Peter didn't. He'd do anything he could to keep him alive.
Uncuff him, Gillis. As of now, we're not going to press charges.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, I'm sure he may be a blackmailer, but something tells me he's no murderer.
But blackmail is
Just uncuff him, please, Gillis. You know, I would hate to see a man's life ruined over something that happened 7 years ago. Besides, we wouldn't want Mr. Smith here to make waves about the way you broke into his apartment, would we, Gillis? Now, we will be in touch with you if we need to ask you anything else.
Well, you know where to find me.
Yep, we do. Come on. You know, Gillis, I should put you on report for what you just pulled in there.
Yeah, but what about you? You just let a blackmailer go scot-free. How do you know what he told you was true? He could have been lying about the whole thing.
I don't think so. Besides, even if we did take him now for formal questioning with a lawyer, they'd turn the tables on us in a minute and have us up for harassment. That's okay. We're back to square one, which is Peter Flint. We're gonna have to take a look at that suicide note. So far, that's the only thing that links him to Channing's murder.
Yeah, but it was typewritten all in the same typewriter.
Which brings us to an interesting concept, don't you think? Maybe Peter didn't type it.
I get a real funny feeling we're going to bend some more rules, Inspector Castillo.
Bend them, Gillis, but never break them. Come on.
Dad?
Ted, what are you doing here? How'd you find me?
Gina, she told me you had an appointment here. Look, there's some things I need to discuss with you, Dad.
I don't have time right now. I'm expecting someone.
Well, I'll leave just as soon as he gets here, but I need to talk to you, all right? It's important.
Ted, this is no place for you. Go on home.
Dad,
We'll talk later.
wait a minute now. Look, it's about Sophia.
I don't want to hear it.
Now, wait a minute. I had a long talk with her, all right? And she said that night at the presidential suite, you only overheard part of the conversation.
No. I heard what I needed to hear. Now, Ted, I'm going to tell you one more time and for the last time. I don't want you seeing or talking to her ever again.
Dad, I can't do that, all right? She's my mother. I love her.
How can you love someone who betrayed you? She left you and your brothers and sisters for Lionel Lockridge.
Now, how can you possibly know that, huh?
Some things you know instinctively.
Yeah, well, this time I think you're wrong, Dad. Now, I saw you at her funeral. I saw you cry. You loved her, Dad.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And you still love her. Only you won't admit it to yourself or anybody else.
Ted, get out of here. You have no right being here saying these things to me.
You know, I think you should stop lying to yourself and admit it. You still love her. Just as much as we all do.
Please leave. I don't want to hear this.
Please, God. Keep him away. Please, keep him away.
First, we need Peter's note.
Well, it's probably still in his case file. I'll make sure you get it.
And Jerry, what we need to determine is whether or not somebody else could have written it.
Well, that's a tough one. It can be done, of course. Everybody uses a different amount of force when they strike a key, and it's unmistakable, like a fingerprint.
You mean to tell me that if two different people type the same letter on the same typewriter, you can tell?
That's right. You see, some letters will have a consistent depth of impression because they strike the key in the same manner.
How do you check that out?
Well, it can be microscoped for the depth of impression. I should be able to tell the angle of deflection he used in each letter.
Great. How soon can you do it?
As soon as I get the letters.
Well, we only have one letter we're really interested in.
I'd really need two to compare them.
Oh, of course. Gil, let's see what else is in Peter's file. I took everything out of his place. I'm sure there's something.
Well, in that case, I'll get right on it.
Thanks a lot, Jerry. Listen, man, this is definitely on the QT, all right?
You got it.
Thanks. This just may be the break we've been looking for.
You don't think Peter killed Channing?
Well, I did at first, but then it started bothering me. You know, I couldn't come up with a solid motive.
Yeah, and this blackmail thing indicates a solid motive to keep him alive.
Yeah, the suicide note is definitely the key. If we can prove he didn't do it, then he didn't write it. We can reopen the investigation.
Yeah, what if Peter did write it?
Well, then we call Lindsay back in and see what else he can tell us. You know, I mean, he's definitely still on the list of suspects. In fact, outside of Peter, he may be the only suspect.
You know, I've really enjoyed working on this case with you. I hope you don't take me off it.
I'll think about it, Gillis, but I'll tell you, you pull another stunt like you did today, and I will definitely have you up on a section violation.
Well, if you didn't think I could take care of the case, why did you put me on it in the first place?
Well, I wanted to give you a chance to break back in on something low pressure, see how you handled it.
And I'm Lewitt. Well, I'll walk a little more carefully next time.
You'd better. I'm running out of places to hide microphones.
These guys are really going at it over at the State Street Bistro. Just about broke the place up.
Yeah, according to witnesses at the scene, this guy was attacked. He didn't provoke it, but he sure joined in. So we brought them both down. What do you want me to do?
Check out Judson. If he's clean, let him go. I'd like to talk to Mr. Lockridge.
Man, let's go.
Hey, we'll have to dance again sometime, Judson.
Anytime, rich boy. Shut up. You know, Warren, you really should watch your temper. You got off easy that time.
I know. Won't happen again.
I hope not. I'd hate for your readers to find out their new editor had a split-level head.
Oh, you heard about my paper then, huh?
Yeah, I saw the first issue. Loved it, especially the front page article on our star officer here.
Thanks.
Well, I guess I can find something else to do. I'll leave you two in each other's custody.
Does it hurt?
No, not really, but something tells me it might later on.
Well, what happened?
Let's just say not enough. He's still walking around.
Well, let me get you something.
No, really, it'll be all right. I'm more interested in knowing if you'll still have breakfast with me.
Breakfast?
Yeah.
Well, it just so happens I lost my dinner date. If you haven't made any plans.
Well, if I did, which I haven't, I'd change them.
Well, let me just get my stuff then.
No, wait, look, you said you had something you wanted to tell me.
Yeah, I do. I'd rather show you, though.
Well, I'm all eyes.
Okay, but
But what?
I don't really know if you're ready for this. Well, you'll see.
So, why we stopped? You changed your mind?
No.
So what's the big secret?
I'm afraid of how you'll react. Or maybe it's I'm afraid I know how you'll react.
I can take almost anything. Just try me. All this stuff about wanting to show me, don't you think it'd be easier just to tell me?
It's not so much you I'm worried about. It's me.
What is it? You're being so serious. I've never seen you like this before. Maggie. What's this?
Open it.
You were married, is that it?
Yeah.
Divorced?
No.
Separated?
No.
Then he's dead.
No. He's not dead.
So then you're still married? How come you don't wear your wedding ring?
Well, It was at the jeweler's when I met you. It's being fixed.
Is it still at the jeweler's? Then where is it?
I haven't been able to wear it. But I don't know. It's something about you. Your kindness. I didn't want you to think the wrong thing.
Well, wait a minute here. Look, if I had known, I would not have been chasing you around like some kind of an idiot.
I know.
Maggie, what is going on here?
Just don't ask me any more questions, please. I can't answer any right now. Can we just wait till we get home? Then you'll understand.
All right, you know, I have these problems, and you can't keep making excuses every time I ask you a question. Yeah. Well, what is it exactly that's keeping us from getting the lighting equipment? Well, you told me that 3 days ago. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Look, I mean, you know the story. I have deadlines to meet. Okay. All right, you too. Bye.
Hey. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I called the castle. They said you'd be here. I climbed up the side of the building. I wanted to surprise you. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Come here. I'm gonna push you off.
Oh, no!
Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? It's like someone shattered a mirror and scattered it all over the bay.
You can even see the point.
Yeah.
Sure is a big old ocean, isn't it?
Kind of makes you feel small and insignificant, huh?
You insignificant? That'll be the day. You hungry? I'm really hungry. You wanna go get... How come it's so dark in here all the time? Don't you have any lights?
Don't mention it. It's an issue with me.
Sorry. Seriously, why don't we go by La Mesa, pick up some takeout, and go back to the houseboat? We could watch Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. It's on the 9 o'clock repeat of the week.
You mean you would rather trade in this view for a black and white movie?
Well, I mean, it is a masterpiece. And I mean, second, I think you need to kick back and relax a little bit, you know what I mean?
What is this? Be nice to eat in me?
Why not? I just declared it. It's special, baby. Yeah, you deserve it.
Yeah, I do deserve it, but,
Don't argue with me.
I'm arguing.
Just say yes.
To what?
Mr. Smith.
If it's important to you.
It's important to me. I pray nothing happens to take you away from me.
1,000 wild horses couldn't pull me away.
How about an executive position at Capwell Enterprises?
And what makes you think of that?
I don't know, I had this dream. It's the weirdest thing. It was like a nightmare. All these beasts, they were like judges. They were trying to break us up. There was like my mom was a judge and your dad, and one of them was like my work.
Everything that could pull us apart?
Yeah, I guess.
Was something happening with your work that could hurt us?
No, what am I talking? I'm not a psychiatrist. Don't mention psychiatrists. Let's just go back to the floating pleasure palace, please.
I don't want that.
What do you want?
You.
Hank, wait a minute. Let me talk to you. I just gotta talk to you, okay?
Hello, sweetheart. You working the streets tonight? Sorry, I'm a little low on cash. You take credit cards?
Don't go in there. Please, don't go through with this.
Look, sister, you got my money? Because that's the only thing that's gonna stop me.
Well, you see, I couldn't get it. But not until after I'm married, but then I'm gonna get it for you. I swear I'm gonna
Sorry,
get
darling. Can't wait that long. What kind of jerk you think I am? You think I'm gonna wait for months while you try to con that old buzzard? This is much faster.
Hank, come on. Please don't do this. I'm not worried about myself. It's my little boy. Brandon? So you're taking away the only chance at a future he's got. He's only 6. Hank, I don't want him to grow up the way I did. So, please don't do this. He's just a baby.
I remember when you used to call me baby. Only then we were working side by side. You remember?
Yeah, I remember. I was so young then I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, but I can change things now. I have the chance to change things. And Hank, I'm gonna get the money for you. I swear I'm gonna get that money for you. It just takes a little time, but you've waited this long already, right? Hank, I'll do anything. I'll do anything you want, but don't go in there and tell Cece all about us.
What do you mean, anything?
I mean, anything. I'll do anything you want. You name it. You just name the place, I'll be there. Hank, we can go somewhere right now. You remember, we used to have real good times now, didn't we? Real good, close times. We could do that again, can't we?
Okay. All right. This is the Gina I remember. You pathetic liar. The only thing you ever cared about was yourself. You screw up everything all around you. You expect me to take the ride along with you? Well, I'm getting my money tonight. You had your chance and you blew it.
Don't do this! I mean it, don't do it.
Yeah, can the act, Gina, because nobody's buying it. You're through, baby. You're down the tubes. And the sooner that kid of yours gets a load of what a cheap, street-walking little hustler his mommy really is, the better off he'll be. Maybe he'll have enough sense to get out while the getting's good.
Hank, I'm warning you. You do this, I'll kill you.
You don't have the guts to hurt me. You go find another trick, because I'm not buying. Capwell.
Well, Hank Judson.
Remember me? Sorry, I'm late. I had some business to discuss.
Yeah, I understand. What is this you want to tell me about Gina DeMont?
You mind if I sit down? We have some things to negotiate first.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, how much are you willing to pay to keep the whole story about your bride-to-be out of the papers?
Well, I'd like to hear the whole story before I decide how much it's worth.
Well, why don't I give you just enough to figure about a price, and then we go on from there.
All right, start talking.
Well, this is how it is. See, I was in business for myself in Atlantic City about 8 years ago. And I always went to the same restaurant for lunch. That's where I met her the first time. She was working as a waitress there, and she always wore the shortest little skirts you ever seen. So of course, I made my move, and, well, she acted like I was her savior or something. And I went out with her quite a bit, and then before I knew what was happening, she's moving in with me.
What kind of business were you in?
I got things done for people. Cut through a lot of red tape.
Would you be a little more specific?
Yeah, well, me and Gina did a lot of things for our clients. You know, we were kind of like partners after a while, and what the hell's going on here?
Must be the power.
Yeah, well, anyway, me and Gina.
Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, no worry. They'll turn the emergency on in a minute.
Hey, what's up, buddy? What are you trying to pull here? Look, I'm getting out of here. Just get out of my way. Gina? Gina, is that you?
It's not about being good, it's about being great.
Hey, I know. I didn't mean that.
I want to be great. I don't want to be good.
What are you talking about? You're the best.
No, I'm not. Eden Capwell has to prove herself.
Yeah, you want it all, don't you?
No. I just want to be respected as a businesswoman. Someone with a head on her shoulders.
And a fire in her heart.
No. That is reserved for one special man.
Where can I pick up an application?
You know, when I was growing up, Ted and Mason and Channing, they had all the advantages. They knew everything about Daddy's business. They were groomed.
So?
So I was left out of the mainstream in the family.
Well, I don't need to tell you, girls have always been thought of differently.
Yeah, but we should be treated as equals.
You got no argument from me.
It's just that Daddy always wanted me to be married with kids, and that was his big thing. I mean, when I went to Europe and I came back, I really realized that. All he wants me to do is get married and have 6 kids and do dishes. And that's when I knew that I had to prove something to him.
So that's why you opened up, you're gonna open up the Orient Express?
Yeah. Because if this works, the sky's the limit.
And the sky would be Capwell Enterprises.
I like that.
I don't know. I think your dad might be pretty difficult to convince.
But once this place starts turning profits, he's gonna change his mind.
Yeah, but Mr. C, then he'd want you to start walking and talking and thinking like a Capwell executive.
Well, I can handle that.
Yeah, but Capwell executives don't live on houseboats with policemen they're not married to.
Well, when that comes up, I'll deal with it.
That already has come up, remember?
Are you afraid I'm gonna have to sacrifice you for the business?
I think it's easy to turn a Capwell into a Castillo, but not to turn a Castillo into a Capwell.
Has nothing to do with your last name.
How many top WASP women executives do you think are living in sin with a Mexican policeman?
I don't know how many.
Well, I don't know either, but I think there are a lot of conflicts between the business and the law in that sense.
And what are you gonna do? You gonna give me a parking ticket? You gonna report me to the SEC? Or are you gonna deal with the other issue?
What, you mean the fact that you're gonna get bored stiff about me talking about the Santa Barbara Police Department after you come back from some oil cartel conference in Geneva? I don't speak Geneva-ese, Eden. You probably want to get rid of me right after the first trip.
No way. I don't want anything to come between us. You are the most important thing in my life.
Yeah. But what if you do become the head of Capwell Enterprises? Baby, seriously, what if your dream comes true? You still want to have what we got?
More than ever.
Oh, baby. A blackout! Just when I needed one.
What?
You know what a blackout means, don't you?
No.
It means that 9 months from now, a lot of babies are gonna get born.
No, you don't.
This guy's a champion. What am I doing here? Maggie, the lights.
It's okay, I'll get a candle.
I didn't know we could have a candle at dinner. I would have brought flowers or something. Hi, I'm Warren.
He can't respond. The doctors don't know whether he sees or hears anything.
Your husband.
Yeah, this is Ben.
Ben, I'm Warren.
You look deep into his eyes. Sometimes I think I see a faint glimmer.
How long? How long is he?
3 years. He was in a terrible accident. An explosion on an oil rig. At first, they didn't think he'd make it. Some people feel real uncomfortable around him. I don't blame them.
Look, how do you manage?
Well, he goes to a private health care service in the day. They pick him up in the morning and bring him back at night. And he stays there sometimes when I'm out on a case.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything.
Well, it's just that I feel like such a jerk. I mean, I've been pressuring you and, I don't know, trying to get you to go out with me if I'd only known.
You would have left me alone. You wouldn't have offered me your friendship.
No, I don't know what I mean.
Warren, I've developed the strength to accept him and keep him in my heart. I was afraid on how you'd react. I didn't want to lose your friendship.
What is it with this button? I can't get this button. But the...
Hello? Yeah, who's calling? Sure, hold on a minute.
I'm sorry. Headquarters always knows where I am. Castillo.
Cruz, sorry, but you wanted to hear the results of the test of Flint's suicide note.
Oh, yeah, what do you have, Jerry? Go ahead.
Well, it looks like we're not going to have to go the whole 9 yards on this thing like I thought.
Yeah, and?
I measured the impression of each character, and I think it's safe to conclude 2 separate people wrote the suicide note.
Can you tell which person wrote which part?
Everything except the last 3 sentences were written by one person.
Listen, Jerry, do you have it there?
The note? Yeah.
Would you mind reading me the part we're talking about?
Yeah, here we go. And there's something else I have to tell you, Kelly. Something I've never told anyone else. I killed Channing Jr.